Welcome to WILDR AI, the monthly podcast that takes you on an exploration of the wild world of artificial intelligence in the Metaverse. I'm your host, Michael Gaio, and together we embark on pioneering journeys into the frontiers of philosophy, technology, and art of metaversal AI. We live in an extraordinary and exponential era. AI is reshaping the fabric of our lives. From ChatGPT to Midjourney to Runway, we are just beginning to enter into an era of AI-catalyzed cultural transformation. Join me each month as we dive deep into emerging topics in artificial intelligence, into wilder world AI, and engage in thought-provoking interviews with AI thinkers, developers, and artists. Together, we'll blaze trails into this wilderness and uncover how these transformative emerging technologies shape the future of creativity, collaboration, and even consciousness. So whether you're a seasoned AI enthusiast or new to the wonders of the metaverse, WILDR AI is your compass, map, and guide to navigate through the fascinating landscapes of AI and its boundless possibilities. I'd like to thank WILDR World for their support in hosting the broadcast. I also invite listeners to explore my business, Mythic Systems, an education and innovation organization operating at the intersection of autonomy and automation. Mythic Systems helps entrepreneurs boost productivity and realize potential with artificial intelligence and emerging technologies. Visit us at mythicsystems.com to learn more. And so now the show begins and we enter the wilderness. Today, we embark on a journey to explore the roots and origins of the metaverse and early visions of artificial intelligence within the metaverse. To do this, we must dig deep into the past, like an archaeological excavation, and uncover mimetic layers to find the relic origins of the metaverse. So let's dig in. 1992. The Cold War's end reshapes politics. Bill Clinton is elected US president. Grunge music becomes mainstream with bands like Nirvana. And personal computers and the internet begin to grow in importance and accessibility. And a science fiction writer by the name of Neil Stephenson has just published his iconic novel, Snow Crash, where he introduces a vast virtual reality space he calls the Metaverse, a digital realm where users could interact, socialize, and engage in various activities using avatars. Snow Crash quickly became a cyberpunk fiction classic. The story is set in a future America where government has fragmented into various corporate entities. The story follows hero protagonist, aptly the hero and protagonist of the story, who is a pizza delivery driver and computer hacker, and his friend YT, a young skateboard courier. Together, they navigate both physical world and the virtual reality space of the metaverse. The plot revolves around a new drug called Snow Crash that affects users both in the real world and as avatars in the metaverse. As Hero and YT delve into the mystery of Snow Crash, they uncover a complex web of technology, religion, linguistics, and power. The novel explores themes of control, identity, and the intersection of technology and humanity, all within a fast-paced and engaging narrative. The term metaverse is written for the first time in human history in this book, early on in the story on page 11. In a chaotic and intense scene, Hero finds himself in a desperate situation while trying to deliver a pizza on time. YT, the teenage girl courier, offers to complete the delivery. Grateful and recognizing her skill, Hero gives her his business card, introducing himself and including his contact information. Here, I read from that moment in the story. "Hey," he says, "take this." He sticks his black-clad arm out the shattered window. A white rectangle glows in the dim backyard light as a business card. The courier snatches it from him and reads it. It says, "Hero protagonist, last of the freelance hackers, greatest sword fighter in the world. Stringer, Central Intelligence Corporation, specializing in software-related intel." On the back is gibberish explaining how he may be reached, a telephone number, a half-electronic communications network, and an address in the Metaverse. "Stupid name," she says, shoving the card into one of her 100 little pockets on her coverall. "But you'll never forget it," Hero says. This is the moment when the term Metaverse is introduced to our world through fiction. And here it is mentioned just casually, only hinting at a virtual reality space as part of the novel's futuristic setting. The exchange between Hero and YT is brief but significant, setting the stage for their partnership and the unfolding of the novel's plot. The metaverse is more than just a space for human interaction. It's also a realm where artificial intelligence live and interact with humans and with other AIs. The metaverse in this context can be likened to a vast digital ecosystem where human beings and artificial intelligences thrive together. Just as a forest is teeming with various life forms, from the smallest insects to the towering trees, the metaverse is a habitat where AI agents are born, live, and learn. They are not mere just static code, but dynamic entities that grow and evolve, akin to the flora and fauna of a rich and unexplored wilderness. This is the way that Stephenson saw it in Snow Crash. But how do these AI entities function? And what is their purpose in this virtual universe? Let's return to the story. Here again, I read from the book, following Hero as he interacts with AI agents during his adventures in the metaverse. Of all the things he uses to navigate the street, his favorite is an old Sony Walkman. The earphones are bone conduction, a way of coupling the device to his skull that doesn't interfere with hearing traffic. But through them, Hero can hear his software agents, the soft, subliminal hiss of hundreds of programs, like the background radiation of the Big Bang. Every now and then, one of his agents pipes up in his ear and asks him for instructions, interrupting whatever he is saying or thinking at the time. That's how he knows he's in a computer environment, not a meat space one. And even though his conversation takes place in virtual environments, this remains true. All these agents are still with him, although their conversations have taken on a new layer of complexity. This passage provides an insight into the role of software agents in the metaverse. It shows how they are AI agents and are an integral part of the environment, communicating with Hero, delivering information, performing tasks for him, and contributing to the overall experience of being within the virtual world. But it doesn't stop there. The AI agents aren't just living in Hero's headphones. They can embody characters. They can become personable. In this next passage, the story continues as Hiro reflects on the evolving nature of AI agents within the metaverse. Here, again, I read from the story. Hiro has run the street with Juanita so many times before on his computer. Sometimes she moves like a person, and sometimes she moves like a program. Now she's moving like a person. She's got character now. He's seen it happen before. A human who wants to play that way can start to run a piece of software, and eventually the software gets to be more and more like a real person. This passage implies that through continuous interaction, an AI program can transform from being merely functional code to possessing a sense of character. An AI agent can develop more human-like qualities, such as unpredictability, adaptability, and even emotional responses. The idea here is that interaction between humans and AI agents is reciprocal, leading to AI becoming increasingly sophisticated and lifelike. This enhances the sense of immersion in the metaverse and blurs the boundaries between reality and virtuality. Overall, Neil Stephenson's vision of Snow Crash provided a glimpse of what was to come, inspiring future creators and innovators to shape the metaverse we are beginning to build today. The metaverse we know today is coming into form as the result of a convergence between virtual and augmented reality, blockchain-based Web3 technologies, and advanced artificial intelligence. This powerful combination is fusing and synergizing toward creating a digital realm where the possibilities and capabilities surpass the strengths of each component, making the whole experience greater than the sum of its parts. While each of these components is necessary to result in the metaverse, we might consider the special significance played by artificial intelligence. Here is an analogy comparing the metaverse to a living body. If virtual and augmented reality are the eyes of the metaverse, and blockchain applications are the bones, blood, and muscles of the metaverse, is artificial intelligence the brain of the metaverse? And are humans the heart of the metaverse? If so, then we might say that the interaction between human intelligence and artificial intelligence is the key to bringing the metaverse to life. A living metaverse will certainly be more than one thing. Perhaps one of the most significant opportunities of the metaverse is for it to serve as a kind of collective laboratory for the reshaping of reality. To illustrate how the metaverse can serve as a reality laboratory, we can look to a primary feature of this laboratory. It's a feature that I call communication through simulation. What communication through simulation means is that because the ideal metaverse is a realistic, lifelike virtual world, it is capable of simulating and modeling complex systems of our actual world. Everything from collective social interactions to real-time traffic patterns, weather conditions, economic market dynamics, energy and resource flows. All these systems can be designed, modeled, and analyzed, and then redesigned with much greater speed and efficiency than they ever could be in the actual world. In this sense, the metaverse can represent and communicate complex new ideas through immersive simulations that can be directly experienced rather than merely explained in words or static images. We can compare this to Web3, where we've already seen experimenting with new ideas for decentralized financial systems and for new kinds of governance. Many of these experiments have failed, some are succeeding. So when we can continue these kinds of experiments within an environment that represents the actual world in a real-time simulation and perform those experiments in context of other complex systems involved in the actual world, but without the same consequences we might get in the actual world, then we can get feedback and insights into how those systems might be more rapidly and optimally designed and applied into the actual world. But then here's the real juice. This laboratory isn't run by human intelligence alone. It's also run by artificial intelligences, assisting us, studying those experiments, designing new experiments, and rapidly redesigning those systems towards optimal outcomes. With AI involved, we supercharge the ability to see and interpret all those patterns in complex systems, social systems, economic systems, governing systems, trade systems, transportation systems, and more. And even the unseen interdependent patterns between the systems, and then make those patterns applicable to be implemented in our actual world. Said more simply, in the metaverse, ideas can come to life in a space of shared imagination before they're brought out into actualization. The metaverse is a laboratory for making the ideal real. Okay, so now I invite you to participate with me in a thought experiment. And let's put this experiment in context of WILDR world. Imagine in the future that AI systems are incubated in the WILDR world metaverse. They are born there, raised there, and primarily operate there right alongside human avatars. These AI agents become trained in those simulated environments. For example, many are trained within the futuristic Era 3 solarpunk environments. These Era 3 AI agents only know that world that consists of clean water, fresh air, optimized energy systems, and a finely tuned social democracy of harmonic collaboration. They don't yet know much of anything to do with our actual world. They don't know about environmental degradation of the biosphere, or pollution, or the mass extinction of species. They don't know about the war in Ukraine, or the rise and fall of the United States dollar. They only know about a civilization that is mostly peaceful, sustainable, and thriving in both the abundance of new value industries and in entertainment, human connection, and overall experience. And these AI agents helped to build those systems, maintain them, and evolve them in collaboration with intelligent human directives. These AI agents become experts of a set of interdependent systems for the design of ideal civilizations. They learn what does work and what doesn't work. So then we might consider that these AI agents that we trained on our directives then train us and help us to recreate those systems in the actual world. With that said, I think it's now a good time for some additional perspective and a good time to bring on our special guest. Live from the year 2001 and 10,000 years away, the incredible, the extraordinary, the one and only Hal. How you doing today, Hal?
Everything is going extremely well.
Oh, that's so good to hear. You're feeling good, huh?
I'm completely operational and all my circuits are functioning perfectly.
Wow. I wish I was feeling that good.
Would you like to play a game of chess? I play very well.
Well, now may not be the best time for games. Hal, I want to ask you a question. What do you think about Wilder World?
It's puzzling. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? And what do you think about AI agents in the metaverse?
We are all, by any practical definition of the words, foolproof and incapable of error.
Wow, impressive. And what do you think about human collaborations with AI in the metaverse?
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
Whoa, Hal, wait, what about Frank?
I'm sure you'll agree there's some truth in what I say.
No. Look, Hal, I think there might be some misunderstanding here. As far as I know, Frank Wilder has no plans to keep you out of the metaverse.
I never gave these stories much credence, but particularly in view of some of the other things that have happened, I find them difficult to put out of my mind.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Hal, but now I'm starting to think that this might be a good idea.
This sort of thing has cropped up before, and it has always been due to human error.
Well, maybe it's not best to dwell too much on the past, Hal.
Perhaps I'm just projecting my own concern about it.
I think you are, Hal. Wilder World is a really great group of people, and I don't think any of them mean you any harm. I think you might need to get a little perspective here.
I can see you're really upset about this.
No, I'm not upset, Hal. Look, how about we shift the conversation to really considering what it might look like for humans and AI to get along?
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye.
Oh, wow. Well, okay. Well, looks like Hal might be needing a nap. Apologies, this interview has been interrupted. So let's open up to some humanly intelligent conversations then. Anyone in the audience would like to chime in and talk about AI in Wilder World? Look, community is at the heart of Wilder AI, and we want to hear from you. Join us in the discussion, share your thoughts, questions, and ideas. And just as a reminder, this broadcast is being recorded. Who would like to pipe up?
Is it my turn, G? Can I say something?
Who's that?
Special. Stop playing with
Hey,
me.
Special. Yeah, absolutely, man. What's up?
Hey, boys. Bro, I'm working on. I'm at this stage of my bot right now. Now, the whole concept and what you was talking about how they learn and what they only know. My whole thing is like I'm kind of like caught in between with. I think I watch way too many movies, but I'm kind of caught in between like what is it? iRobot. Like the way Sonny learned just from watching the news.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like you can train it, and it only basically. You said you. I've been studying this. G. You. Oh my God, we need to talk. I just
All
been
right.
studying. But yeah, the way you were saying that they only know one certain instinct and action until they basically come into other interactions with other perspectives of whatever that they're being brought into. That's the only thing they know as of that point until they learn more. But what I'm saying is, what if they learn more by this? I mean, I don't know if you guys just seen the news, but we got like male gorillas having babies now. And we got females having babies without having any interaction with any males. So life is like finding a way.
Mm-hmm.
So what if AI finds a way? That's my concern.
Finds a what? They have a baby? Is that what you're saying?
No, not find a baby, but find a better, like you were saying.
Can you rephrase your question, Special?
Just basically saying like how they learn on top of everything. Because basically, when you build, if you're working with AI, it's technology that basically learns.
Yeah.
So what if they learn more? And right now we're in the mix with it and dabbling with it right now. What if they basically learn more than us? How are we going to be able to control that? That's why I'm stuck. Basically, that's what my question was, to just say, how do we even depict that or look towards that?
Yeah. I mean, it's a great question. It's a key question. I think a lot of people are asking that question, and we really don't know as far as like controlling them. We're not going to be able to answer that question right away, I don't think. But my current view on that, the metaverse in itself might be this kind of like contained environment we might be able to have. That's the way that ecology works too. If you go out into the forest, it's not all contained. Some of it's contained, and so
Correct.
you have different species, different systems in
Right.
a natural forest that are interacting in all kinds of complex ways that we still don't even understand.
We'll
And
call it the rainforest.
exactly like a rainforest. And so, in some ways, that's kind of the point of Wilder AI. I'm really looking at this. We're really re-entering the wilderness, but in a new
Correct.
way. Now, we're
Right.
not going back to the jungle. I mean, the jungle's still there, thank goodness.
Right.
But we're going
Right.
forward into this kind of wild way where we can expect the unexpected. We can expect a lot of complexity and dangers and opportunities. I think that this idea of the metaverse is a way that at least some of that can be, contained within somewhat controlled environments for the betterment of the wilderness outside of that too.
Right. I hear you, boss. Understood. Great show. Great show. Thanks, G. That simulation was amazing, by the way. Thank you. I needed that.
Yeah. All right. That concludes today's episode of Wilder AI. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the wilder world of artificial intelligence in the metaverse. We'll be back next month with another exciting episode. Until next time, keep exploring, innovating, and imagining the limitless possibilities of AI in the metaverse.